And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Wednesday, August 22nd. I'm the host for today's program, Paul DeMain, and many of the stories we read here can be found at our website, IndianCountryTV.com, and here are some of the news stories for the day. A United Nations independent expert today called on the United States government and authorities in the state of South Dakota to start consultations with indigenous people on a land sale that will affect a site of spiritual significance to them. 5 tracts of land in the Black Hills area in South Dakota are scheduled to be auctioned off on August 25th. The tracts lie within a site sacred to the Lakota, Dakota, and Dakota peoples known as Pe Sla, according to the UN Special Rapporteur on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, James Anea. He issued a release today through the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. According to Mr. Anea, the indigenous communities are concerned that the sale of the land will result in restrictions to their access and to the use of Pe Sla for ceremonial purposes. They are also concerned that it may lead to a road development project that would diminish the cultural and spiritual integrity of their sacred site. In 1868, the U.S. government signed the Treaty of Fort Laramie with these indigenous groups, which reserved their rights to the Black Hills. However, the discovery of gold in that particular area led to a congressional act in 1877 that forcibly took the Black Hills away from the Great Sioux Nation, and the Lakota, Dakota, and Dakota people have since then sought to recover those lands. A Wagner resident who's been speaking out against methamphetamine use on the Yankton Sioux Reservation in South Dakota has 7 protection orders against people she says have been harassing her and her family. The Daily Republic newspaper reports that Frances Zephyr claims in court documents that she has been harassed on the street and stalked by several people who she says are meth users. Zephyr and her husband have been trying to raise awareness of what they say is rampant meth use since the death of a 2-year-old girl who was under the care of 2 adults who were allegedly using meth and other illegal drugs. The tribe says it plans to take steps to fight the meth problems, including hiring a drug enforcement officer. More firefighters were responding to a wildfire in the last 24 hours that was sparked by lightning in a closed area on the Yakama Nation Reservation. Fire crews from the Yakama Nation and the Warm Springs tribes have been fighting the fire in the Diamond Butte area about 15 miles northwest of White Swan. Dan Jones, a fire management officer, told the Yakama Herald Republic that a ground crew from Southern Oregon will join the 115 personnel already assigned to the blaze, which has burned about 500 acres or less than a square mile. Meanwhile, fire crews are still hoping to fully contain a wildfire east of Cle Elum. The Taylor Bridge fire was 50% contained on August 21st. That fire has caused an estimated $8.3 million in property damage. A white bison calf born 2 months ago will be staying put at its western Connecticut farm, which has become a destination for Native Americans and tourists eager for a glimpse of the rare animal. The calf's owner, Peter Fay, said it will live out its life at the Mohawk Bison Farm in Goshen and will not be butchered like other adults. He said in an interview that he received offers to send the animal elsewhere, but they were not seriously considered. White bison, which are extremely rare, are revered by many Native Americans as symbols of hope and unity. Lakota tribal members from South Dakota were among the hundreds who turned out last month for a ceremony at the farm where the calf was named Yellow Medicine Dancing Boy. The calf named Yellow Medicine Dancing Boy was born on June 16th. Fay, who has about 20 other bison on his farm, says he's still receiving visitors and about 25 calls a day about the animal. Earlier this month, Governor Daniel Malloy visited the farm on a trip highlighting tourism destinations in northwestern Connecticut. A federal indictment accuses 4 men in the stabbing death of a couple on the Red Lake Ojibwe Reservation last year. Prosecutors say Craig Roy and Darla Bolio were stabbed multiple times during a robbery at Roy's home, which was burned down on New Year's Day 2011. 29-year-old Gijiko Benesi Martin, 45-year-old David Martin, 24-year-old George Martin, and 28-year-old Edward Robinson are charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and robbery. WCCO-TV says the indictment also charges 2 other men with robbery. The grand opening ceremony for the newly opened Red Lake Nation Skate Farm Skate Park has been scheduled for August 29th with a ribbon cutting at 3:30 p.m. Lots of skateboarding activities to follow. Activities featured include a skateboard demonstration by Apache Skateboards and pro riders from Familia Skate Shop. There will also be a production toss by No Comply Skate Shop, best trick contest, prizes, skateboard clinics, food, and a live DJ, and everybody from the region is welcome to attend. The new skate park, as well as 2 basketball courts, were built in Red Lake this summer as part of an initiative to engage the community's youth in activities and promote healthy lifestyles. As part of a grant from the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux community, the 7,000 square foot skate park, along with renovations to the Red Lake basketball courts, were also built. The 2012 Chickasaw Nation Southeastern Art Show and Market in Oklahoma, scheduled for October 5th and 6th, is now open and accepting entries until Friday, September 7th. More than $20,000 in prize money will be awarded, including a $3,000 cash prize for the best in-show winner and $1,000 in total prize money for youth winners. Launched in 2005, the Art Show and Market is an opportunity for adult and youth artists from any southeastern and woodland tribe to showcase and market their artworks on the beautiful historic Chickasaw Capitol grounds in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Hosted by the Chickasaw Nation Division of Arts and Humanities during the tribe's 52nd annual meeting and 24th festival, the juried art competition and market will be conducted October 5th and 6th on the tribe's Capitol grounds, with art awards presented at 7 p.m. and at the Arts and Cultural Awards at the Chickasaw Cultural Center. It says on October 4th, but it sounds like the competition and everything is after that, so I'm not quite sure. You want to check for more information at the Chickasaw Nation website at chickasaw.net. And that's going to be another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for joining with us and come back again soon.